everyone, how are you? This is Kavita Krishna again. So the last video we talked about who we are and where we come from. Okay, so now we know who we are. We are the fractions and essence of the source, the creator. And why? And now we all have the question, why did we come here, right? So, every soul comes to the planet Earth to have their learnings. It is mainly for the soul enhancements. The soul wants to learn and experience many things. That's the only reason the soul come over to the planet Earth. So the planet Earth is sort of school, I would say. Before we come to the planet Earth, we all make our plannings based on what we want to learn. So the soul planning is the very first thing we do before even we come to the planet Earth. So, what is soul plan? Soul plan is something like a planning session where a soul will sit along with their guide, their spiritual guide, and they will draft their goals, the learnings, what they want to learn in this birth. So if we want to learn anything, we must have various scenarios. So the soul and the guide will sit along and plan for different scenarios so that the soul can learn certain things. So it'll really look like a flowchart. I'm going to be born on Earth for this kind of mom and dad, and then after I born, I will have this kind of family, and after born in this kind of family, I want to learn certain things. So I want certain scenarios to be happen. So it looks exactly like a flow chart. If this happen, what will be the next scenarios? If this doesn't happen, what could be the next scenarios? Because each and every scenario, the soul has given the free will to go by their own choice, because after we come down to planet Earth, we will not remember what is our plan and what is our different scenarios and what is our the learnings, because that is the main purpose the soul come into the planet Earth. So we will not remember our planning, so that we will learn, right? Once we start to know what is your real plans are, it doesn't really work that way, right? So the soul plan is a very detailed, very extraordinary detail about the blueprint of your life in planet Earth, from your birth to death. So you will be given certain options of how you will plan how you want to have your birth. You will also have planned for your death and how you want to really die. What are the exit point you're planning for. The soul might take a birth like a short term and long term. There are souls who will take a birth with disabilities, with a lot of struggles. Based on the soul capacity, they're going to plan the very complex to the most complex scenario, so that they will learn certain things. So when you see there are souls who are having more complication in their life, they must understand those complications are the part of your plan that's going to teach you how to evolve as a soul, right? So these plans are made by you and your spiritual guide in many different ways. So your spiritual guide will be always with you in your lifetime in the planet Earth. So if there is anything goes wrong apart from the plan you have made, the spiritual guide will always give you sort of intuition or or it is going to interact you physically sometime. There's an example, there is a flight accident going to happen which you did not really plan for, but you have booked for that particular flight. So what this soul guide going to do is it is going to create a situation where you will not get into that particular flight. You might miss the flight. So I can tell you there was one scenario in my life this happened. During the year 2007, I believe. In 2007, I was about to go for the New Year party in one of the famous clubs. One of the famous hotels. So there the people are having the pool party, wherein on the pool they were placed a stage and people are on the stage celebrating the 2007 New Year. But unfortunately, on 2007 New Year night, the stage broke down and the people gone inside the water, inside the pool, and there were many died. There were many died on the New Year day. But unfortunately, there was something happened on the New Year day that I could not go to that particular event, and I missed getting killed or getting murdered within the pool, right? So the intervention happens in many different ways. So I was thinking, oh my god, I was supposed to go to this pool party, but I didn't. It was really been. I felt like there is a restriction happened. There was something stopped me going there, you know. So you might realize or come across such scenarios, right? You were supposed to go to some place where it was dangerous, but you didn't go. There is because of there is something else happened. All these things are the help from your spiritual guide. And also, you must also understand that we choose different types of scenarios. Say, example, there were scenarios where the souls have chosen to have a physical challenge life to us, to learn the self-love, how to love themselves. So whatever you come in here, so mostly you learn many things. Also, you teach your other souls to learn certain things. Say an example, there were scenarios where I might be living with my partner who loves me very much, but in the meanwhile, I might die a little bit early. You know, say after we get married in 10 years I die. So that gives an opportunity for my partner to understand how to love himself more than expecting the love outside from the outside world. You say, if you want to really know more and more about these kind of soul plan, there was a researcher who has wrote multiple books about the soul plans, and I will link his website here. You can go and watch his books and his researches. He has connected with many different people with a lot of difficulties. He has connected with the channeler, who connected with his spirit guide to understand what is their soul plans, or how did they really plan this, and what is the purpose of these kind of plans. Remember, all the difficulties we have in the planet Earth are planned by you in order to learn something. So, my dear friends, utilize each and every opportunity to enhance your soul. Do not get lost in your problems. Just learn to enhance your soul. Don't take life as too serious. That is today's message. We choose our mother, we choose our father, we choose our siblings, we choose your friends before even we come down to planet Earth. That is really hard to accept, isn't it? I get it. So we choose our friends' souls So who are these souls, who act like your mother, who act like your father, friends? Not everybody are your soul groups, I would say. They all resonate in the same frequency, and you go and plan as a soul group together and reincarnate together, so that you will learn something together. Today I might take a role of a father, in the next birth I will be as a daughter. This is how the actual planning happens in the spiritual world. So that is the main reason why we say increase your frequency. So once you increase your frequency, you will go to a different soul group who are highly advanced, and you will have more opportunity to grow your soul and learn something really, really interesting, and you will learn more in your spiritual journey. So that is the main purpose. We are all here, so we must utilize the time what we have here, so that we do not want to reincarnate over and over again to learn the same thing. People talk about the karma, which I personally don't believe in karma. Karma is something a fake. I feel like karma is something like a trap. So that is unrealistic. Everything happens to you in your life is your learning. So this is something like you go to grade class A, and this is your syllabus, and if you don't pass the syllabus, you come back and read the same syllabus again. It doesn't mean it is karma. You're just learning the same thing over and over until you pass, So remember, everything is based on your learning. So there is no judgment, there is no karma. Let's talk about this karma trap in some other episode. Alright everyone, see you in my next video. Bye bye.